All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying to get organized here. I know West Coast, it is 9:12 in the morning, but I thank y'all if you're here. I wasn't able to get this promoted or anything, but listen, the Bible says where there's two or three gathered, it's very important that I let you guys know what's going on. Okay, hold on one second. There's been some developments. Okay. Okay, we got that. Let me try to go over here to my let me try to go over here to my what's gonna do to my other YouTube so I can see everybody that's in the house. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's off to a great day already. Like I hope your day is already off to a great start. Okay, so we got this set up. There we go. Detroit, y'all, y'all are strong. I ain't gonna play. I ain't gonna hold you. Why do I sound so? That's that air conditioner. That's what that is. That's why you sound so damn hoarse, Tyesse. It's the air conditioner. I know what it is. I can hear the raspiness in my voice. I just can't sleep in a warm room, y'all. I just can't do it. Good morning, everybody, especially Detroit. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long because I try to use Tuesday and Thursday as production days and days just to, you know, self-care and all that stuff, right? Yeah. If I feel up to a Patreon preview later, I might do that, but I don't push myself like I used to. Yeah. All right, but listen, it's still close to 200 people here. So with no promotion, just a Patreon post. Okay. So listen, it's a great day in Atlanta. I wanted to go to the farmers market and get some real greens, y'all. Not the, I always use the prepackaged greens, but today I wanted to go get some real greens, but I went over there and got me a package. I stuck my head out that gate. So no, not today, honey. Publix it'll be. Yeah. Okay. All right, enough of the small talk. Just waiting for a few more people to come through. Male C, True Blue, Crystal, thank y'all so much. Maureen W. I appreciate the viewership on this morning. I get my water right. Okay. Hey, Tabitha. Hey, baby. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for coming by. Okay, so yesterday we brought you a story about Bishop Ellis, and there was this woman that was, making some really salacious allegations. She had a series of videos, and it was a lot. It really started over the weekend, and it just was, how would I say it? It felt like a hit job, but it also felt like, listen, I want to just say this right now. It's finally my time. It was kind of a blend of everything, y'all, with this lady. I can confirm through the Detroit Metro Times that all of her videos have since been deleted. I'm going to go over and see if her account is still active. Yeah, Detroit Free Times says all of those videos have been deleted. Let's see if she's still around. Okay, and let me verify that they have been deleted as well. Okay, that's inaccurate. I don't know where they got that from. That's why I like to verify this stuff. Yeah, the Detroit. Let me verify what they're saying. That is not accurate. Her videos are still up. Detroit Metro Times, you're slipping. Y'all gave a link to her videos, but they're still there. And she has also her life story, linked to her life story for pre-order. the bishop, his wife, and me. The bishop, his wife, and me. She said she wrote this in 2007. The Lord gave, okay, girl, we know. We know. The Lord speaks to you a lot. All right. So let me give you the news, y'all. Let me give y'all the news. But the Detroit Metro, y'all slipped on that one because, yeah, according to y'all, the videos and everything have been deleted, and they have not. She may have privated them. So yeah, I think you can make them private. I don't know if you can do that on TikTok, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you can do that on TikTok. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so on yesterday, Bishop Ellis basically sent out an email to his parishioners. And I'm just going to start from the top here. Okay. Bishop Charles Ellis III, the longtime leader of one of Detroit's most influential Black churches, acknowledged Monday night that he had an inappropriate relationship with a former member, but he denies many of the explosive allegations she made. I'm going to say, I'm not going to read that it was deleted because that's not accurate. The former member, Melody Walker, okay, now we have a name for her, Melody Walker, said the relationship began in 2002 when she was 22 and Ellis was 47 and continued on and off until about 2018. Okay, are y'all still with me? Okay. And continued off and on until about 2018. She described the experience as painful and spiritually damaging, saying Ellis took advantage of her as a young single mother who had just moved to Detroit and had no family or support. Okay? Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm sorry, Tyesse. When you're 21 or 22 and you finally meet someone that is a support system, she said, when you're 20 and 21 and you finally meet someone that is a support system, you will hold on to them, married or not, Walker said. I felt like he was my friend, but at the same time, he exploited my brokenness and my weakness and my need for support and to have a friend. He didn't have to do the things he did in the name of benevolence. He could have really just have been a good spiritual father and not made it what it was. Ellis, who's been married for nearly 37 years, is the senior pastor of Greater Grace Temple, a 6,000 member megachurch on Detroit's west side. In a statement to the Metro Times, Ellis admitted he had an affair but denied many of Walker's claims. So you're hearing it here. Bishop Ellis admitted that he did have an affair but denied many of Walker's claims. Okay? All right. So let me go to the email. Okay, here we go. I was recently made aware of social media posts shared by a former member of my congregation, okay, with whom I had an inappropriate relationship over 15 years ago. Ellis said at the time, these indiscretions, okay, were addressed with my bishop in a redemptive process, which included counseling. Ellis added that he has contacted an attorney. Okay. Okay, so he's contacting an attorney. Okay, so he may be looking into litigation, some type of defamation. Okay. Don't you already have an attorney, Bishop Ellis? Like, don't you already have an attorney like on retainer? Okay, that's neither here nor there. All right. It didn't say I contacted his counsel or his attorney. It said he contacted an attorney. Okay, I don't know. Okay. These posts include accusations, some of which are deeply troubling and untrue. He said, given the nature of several false claims being made, I have asked my legal counsel. Okay, there we go. All right. There we go, Bishop Ellis. Okay, you do have counsel. I'm like, I know Bishop Ellis got somebody on retainer. Okay, given the nature of several false claims being made, I have asked my legal counsel, attorney Gerald Evelyn, to carefully review all matters, in particular an apparent joint bank account with my name on it. I have retained communications counsel Mario Morrow of Mario Morrow and Associates LLC to assist in addressing the situation appropriately. Okay, ma'am, to the lady, let me see. This is what I was telling y'all last night. Okay, it wasn't even 24 hours ago. Okay, y'all gonna have to go somewhere. Let me take this down. Hold on, Bishop Ellis. All of y'all gonna have to go somewhere and sit y'all asses down somewhere. If you wanted to start a women's ministry, you can do that. Y'all do not need these rollout hit pieces, vendetta tours to start these ministries. Go somewhere, heal, and when you heal, go somewhere and sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do. Because you do not have the financial resources to be in these predicaments. Oh, Jesus. Okay. In one video posted to TikTok, Walker posted what appeared to be a bank statement listing both her and Ellis's name. I just said last night, y'all, a lot of these banks are very loose with adding people to your damn accounts without any verification. Everybody's not on Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo level. They're not. There's some regional banks. There's some community banks. And these people, just add the name. What you're doing by putting his name involved with this bank statement, it opens up people to infer things about money. And the last thing bishops, pastors, ministers, they don't want to be involved with nothing involving the I, the R, the S, financial. That's the last thing they want to be involved with, baby. You're on the mother. Barbara Walters couldn't do better. I'm trying to do the best I can with what I have. Now, some people say, this type of blogging, you're playing it too safe. Okay, that's fine. Because we are, we're not on nobody's side. We're presenting what we have and what we know at the time. Oh, I miss the old Tyesse. Well, you need to miss her then. Miss the old Tyesse. Because I am seeing a new system in the world of the Black church concerning these matters. These people have all figured out a way to get exposure and to expose. Oh, that was good, Tyesse. To get exposure for themselves while exposing others. Brother Larry Reed did a whole video on it. Go watch it. It'll be a great lunchtime watch on exposure. Okay. I forgot who we were talking about at that time. What was that about? Oh, I think it was about may have been about the Bishop Matthews situation. Something, I don't know, but it was a video on exposure. Go look it up. It ain't a month old. Okay. And one video posted to TikTok. Okay, sure. So he posted bank statements listing both. And see, that's why I didn't show that video, because that video had her address on it and had his name on it. I said, I'm not showing that video. Oh no, I'm not doing it. Not here to put your Tyesse report. She also showed photos of herself with Ellis, including one she said was taken in 2022 which was the last time I saw him. And remember what I told y'all yesterday, you can take pictures with anybody. We don't have context for a photo. It could have been somewhere, a meet and greet. It could have been a church event. All we have is a photo. You know what I mean? So a photo really does not necessarily infer, you know what I'm saying, a situation. It just means there was a point in time that you took a photo with a noted person. That's why I say the kickball lady, she will remain full of shit. Okay? All right. Which was the last time I saw him. In another photo, she said Ellis is pictured with her baby in his office. He christened my baby in his office because I wasn't married, Walker said, and this is the inception of the relationship. And another video, Walker says she isn't speaking out to make this messy or get revenge, but to share her truth. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Let me give y'all a master class really quickly, and I gotta go and give me some breakfast, a late breakfast or lunch. Let me give you a master class and what's going on, a really Evelyn Speedwood abridged version of it. Okay, whether it's Gigi, the kickball lady, any of these people, okay, at the core of what's going on with them, there can be brokenness. There can be some type of church hurt or trauma. We are not excusing that. Okay. Okay. There could be church hurt. There could be trauma. And in some cases, it can be abuse. Okay. But you cannot tell me that the way these people are moving, the way they're moving, that it is rooted in anything close to or remotely that looks like God, right? Because God don't operate like this. No. We have to stop spiritualizing revenge. Stop spiritualizing revenge. Whatever you felt, whatever happened, we can let you know and make you aware that we understand. Many people in the chat have been through hurt, church hurt, pain, but you have to understand that there's a way to go about addressing what you've been through. That lady that was on Demetrius' synagogue platform, I liked her. I still haven't read her book, but I liked the way she presented things, y'all. Is that she went on the wrong platform. She would have been better on some other platform, you know. I'm just saying. But I think the way she spoke about things, some say, well, you know, that particular pastor, there may have been a settlement with her severance and stuff, and she may have been restricted from speaking based on that. It doesn't matter. She was very clear. Her story was not about outing, and we all figured out who the pastor was, right? But her story was not about destroying that pastor. It was about helping other people. Stop spiritualizing revenge and vendetta tours. You don't care about, if you really care about the people that's still at the church or ministry, you would make sure you would go about it in a way that could make someone see you and say, I can't deny what they're saying. You would make sure you present it in a way where anybody, a child, can understand and say, I get what she's saying. If there's any confusion, if it feels bad, if it feels off, it probably is, y'all. You know revenge when you hear it. I know what a broken person sounds like. I know what people that have been spiritually manipulated sound like. We all do. And these people, a lot of these people ain't it. J-Rock, no tea, no shade. Well, somebody he couldn't, I can't stand a pastor that lies. I can't stand a pastor that lives a double life. And then when you and your pastor of 6 years fell out, you said you'll go get somebody to whoop her ass. So do you really have a reverence for pastors or what? One more time. You couldn't stand double life pastors and pastors that's doing a lot. But you said your pastor of 6 years, you go and find somebody to whoop her ass. This is what I'm talking about. Were you really on a mission to expose or get exposure? All right. I'm trying ZLRJ. In another video, Walker said, she's not trying to make this messy and whatnot. It is what it is at this point. She said, it is my story. She said, it is her story. It is your story, ma'am. It is your story, sweetie. It is my testimony. Women need help. They do. The people need help. And my testimony can help somebody not compromise herself for money. I just finally had the courage to talk about it. And you can. And you don't need my position. You don't need my permission as a man. I'm letting you know you can. But there's a way to go about it. If women is at the center of your purpose, God will instruct you how to roll that thing out, how to reach masses, and how to heal people if women are at the center of your intent. But they have to be at the center of your intent. God will help you and show you everything and give you the tools you need to help heal people. Spiritual manipulation is real. Predatory grooming is real. Please don't leave here thinking we're being dismissive of a system that many of us have been in for 40, 50, and 60 years. Okay? I don't want you to leave here, honey. I'm feeling a certain type of way. Walker says she didn't make intimate photos because the affair was secret. Excuse me. Walker says she didn't take intimate photos because the affair was a secret. That implies that there was a need to take secret photos. Why would you, why would you have a need to even have intimate photos if you're just having an affair? Okay. That would make you like the kickball lady. See, the kickball lady, I don't know. She said she said everything. She was, gathering things the whole way. It makes me feel like you're preparing for Mad Day. You was collecting things along the way, like Super Mario Brothers, in your little magic bag. I wasn't looking to expose him, and of course, he was looking to keep things privacy shared. Okay, and so, Sister Walker, same thing I asked the kickball lady. One day you woke up and it said you wanted to start a ministry, huh? Something I heard Brother Larry say concerning another case. There's always a point, y'all. There's always a point where these people are triggered by something. What it is in this case, I don't know. Larry has said that multiple times. I know that little boy over there, Stewie, say, I always say Larry say. I do. I can. I'm grown. Larry has said that many times. There is something that may trigger somebody, and that triggeration causes them to go into this spiral, into the abyss of revenge. I was watching a video on her just the other day, nephew, the kickball lady. I was just watching a video on her, And she says, she shows a picture of they were at dinner or something. Prophet Loby, they were all at dinner, and she said, she remembered the moment that she kind of started feeling different about Prophet Loby. Okay, so she said she remembered he had on a linen outfit, a two-piece white linen outfit. He had a fresh taper, so that's probably before his dreads. And then she said he had on these gold rim glasses, and she was like, I started seeing like, am I falling for the pastor? The man, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm. And what you're implying is that he didn't do nothing necessarily. You really told on yourself. You said you remember the moment that you start getting moist, lady. You give them, just let them talk enough. They'll let it out. It'll come out. Just give them a couple of minutes on them videos. She talked about at that dinner the way when she started seeing Prophet Loby different. She remembered what he had on, what his haircut was like, and the glasses he wore. He had on white linen, all white linen. He had on gold rim glasses, and he had on a fresh taper. Oh, he did. Okay, so what happened, girl? You were sitting at the table and got a little moist? What was that about, sis? Kickball lady? Tell us some more. Empty your guts. Whew. This is not exactly a case for Cagney and Lacey or Sherlock, y'all. It's really not. Now, this lady, because she set her ass in that car with them old ass Bank One, with them old ass Bank One statements. Somebody hit me up from Detroit on Instagram and said, Tyesse, Bank One haven't been around in over 20 damn years, close to. Girl, what was you was holding them in a binder somewhere? Ma'am, where were you holding the bank statements? And then in that video, talk about, let me go and see what else I can go find. I'm gonna go look for some other stuff. Girl, now you playing with fire. You're playing with fire because you're messing with somebody's name and you're accusing them of financial improprieties, right? Because you're saying that his name is on your account. Your bank account, he has a whole bank account with you. And when you file your taxes and things like that as a church, as a ministry, even his personal taxes, you have to disclose all financial holdings, all financial accounts. You know what I'm saying? So you see, this is what you don't think about, man, when you're out here doing this. So that's why he's trying to clear his name up. He ain't never been on no account, probably. You probably put his name on there. Mm-hmm. It's okay, though, ma'am. It's okay. I know you don't have enough money to retain counsel, probably. You probably don't have enough money to retain counsel. But this will be a very good lesson for you to go somewhere and sit your ass down somewhere. And the kickball lady and nappy beard, when they get over there to that courtroom, Gigi, all of them, none of them people that be rooting you on in the chat, a Bendigo strong face ass, none of them people are going to be around. And you have to answer to everything you have said about this man. That's what you're going to have to answer to. Whether it was true or false, you need to prove it. What you said. Mm-hmm. I keep telling y'all, the church and what goes on in the church is one thing. When we get over to this courthouse, they're handling legal issues. They don't give a damn about no moral issues. He broke my heart. I was deceived. Okay, man, we're not here for that. You need to take that to your church board. Take it to the elders. Take it to the mother's board. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't handle matters of the heart here. Well, I heard about some juju. Okay, ma'am, listen. What part don't you understand? We don't give a damn about no damn juju. You know, did you say this? Did you make this statement publicly on a platform live? Well, yeah, I did. Okay, well, there it is. Hey, Jay Parrish. Hey, everybody. Hi. Thank y'all for tuning in. I can't believe there's over 300 people here like this. Y'all I really can't, but God is good. God is faithful. She said she didn't take intimate photos because the affair was a secret. I ain't gonna lie, ma'am. A lot of people was wondering, like, do you have anything? Like, a lot of people was wondering that. Is this all you have? These bank statements and a couple of photos. You know, do you have any videos, any pictures, of a more intimate nature? You know, not that would even change your revenge to it, but people may say, okay, I kind of see something here, you know. Again, a lot of times that don't really change anything because we've seen all of these scandals. We can go way back to Jessica Hahn, y'all, back in the day, you know. So we've seen all of these scandals before like this. Walker said her decision to speak out come after years of fear and emotional turmoil. Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, like, it's like one day y'all wake up. It's like one day y'all wake up and say, I want to be Aaron Brockovich. You know, you just wake up just one randomly out the blue. I want to be Aaron Brockovich today. Oh, you do? You just finally what, mama? I just finally have to overcome the fear. Something happening to me by talking about it. We do live in Detroit. People do come up missing and dying all the time, but I feel God and I know the Lord is with me. Ma'am, I can assure you, this ain't exactly, you know, like The Godfather or Goodfellas. I can assure you, ma'am. Yes, some elements of the black church. Let me take this down. There are some elements of the black church that can be a little gangster. I won't hold you. But I don't believe this is one of them, ma'am. I'm just being honest. We've seen your story a million times. Ain't nobody going to risk prison time over this. But I feel God, and I know the Lord is with me. I know my story and things happen to me for a reason. So it's just time for me to tell it. I'm healed, and no, you're not. No, you're not. What Iana told that lady. No, you're not, Miss Barbara. I'm healed, and I just want to talk about it. She added, I don't blame him. I was in love. I believe he cared for me deeply. This isn't about blaming anybody. People are broken. People do things for different reasons, and we have to understand that. May the truth make us free. Walker returned an email from Metro Times on Monday evening saying she wanted to wait to comment until she consulted an attorney since Ellis appears to be threatening legal. He's not threatening legal action, mama. I believe he's going to sue you. Now, I don't think it's a threat, but I think he's going to sue the shit out of you, lady. Okay? That's what I think. Until she consulted an attorney. Appears to be threatening legal action. By Tuesday morning, her TikTok account had been deleted. No, it has not. I'm looking at the TikTok account right now. In a July 7 post on social media, Ellis marked his birthday with a message about his family, describing them as one of God's greatest gifts. My wife and I have enjoyed almost 30 beautiful years of marriage, traveling the world and building a life rooted in love and faith, he wrote. To the ones who know me beyond the mic and the message, I love you more than words can say. And one video, Walker said, too much positive attention is given to men when they have affairs, and that women end up taking the blame. Now, I'm reading this article live on the air, which I have not read this article yet before this. Okay? That confirms right there what I already knew and I just told y'all about. Detroit Metro, or whoever this is, baby, they didn't know what I had just said. And I didn't know they had said this, but that confirms right there. And they probably haven't, linked it together. Okay? Now watch this. Watch how I pull this together real quick. July 7th, help me, Holy Ghost. This is why I know Larry is prophetic. July 7th, a post on social media, he posts a post that marked his birthday with a message about his family. That's what triggered her. That's what triggered her. She saw that post. She saw his family. This is not about women, sweetheart. This is not about the women of Brewster Place Christian Women's Ministry that you're trying to start new. On the 7th, you saw that post of him talking about his family, and it triggered you. It made you mad. It made you angry. And I am at no point dismissing any hurt, any spiritual manipulation that went on with you. I would never do that. But when Larry says there's always something that triggers these folks, that causes this, he was spot on. That's what got her going. Because why now? Everybody in the chat that I did the video yesterday, everybody's like, what's our purpose? What are you trying to do? This doesn't sound like no women's ministry. Hold on one second. Okay, so so me and William, we cover the same story, but we're two different bloggers. We have two different angles. Okay, so you know. Okay, so I listen. Baby, I don't know. I don't know. William has a different approach to his stories. I have a different approach to mine. I don't know nothing about none of that. I don't know nothing about none of that, baby. I don't know. Okay, thank you, though. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. We can go the same story, and it can be totally different. Okay, so, let me move on. Okay. So the July 7th post appeared to be a trigger for this woman, y'all. In one video, she says, too much of positive attention. Too much positive attention is given to men when they have affairs, and that women end up taking the blame. Okay. I can take your point, and I'll raise you one. Okay. Too much attention has been given to men, yeah. So you don't like men, being elevated or even, celebrating themselves or people celebrating them, because you probably feel like nobody knows what me and you did. And that kind of eats you up a little bit, huh? Because at some point, Felicia Rashad told Kimberly Elise, let me take this down. Felicia Rashad told Kimberly Elise, and for Color Girls, she looked her dead in the face and said, you have to take some responsibility in this. How much or how little you take is up to you. Sister Walker, I'm going to do it the same way Felicia Rashad told Kimberly Elise. You got to take some responsibility in this. How much or how little you take is up to you. Somebody can spiritually groom you, spiritually manipulate you, abuse, all of those things. All of those things, it can happen, yes. I've seen it happen in my lifetime. Predatory grooming happens in the regular world, also in the church, and so on and so forth. But at some point, as adults, unless you have a mental disability or some type of psychiatric condition, as adults, you're making choices to do or not do certain things. And I know somebody, a man can get in your head, a woman can get in your head, baby, and turn it out. I get it. But you have to understand, at some point as adults, we have the ability to cut some things off. And if need be, if we have to leave the whole scenario, you leave the whole scenario. So you don't have to continue with that. You're not forced to continue in the situation. You're not forced by force. At some point, you got to say, okay, there was a point where I was getting some needs met too, sexually or either financially, even status. Am I talking right? If I'm talking wrong, let me know. Something was being fulfilled in you. Thank you so much, Sarah. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes y'all be hitting stuff and you don't know what you're hitting. It's okay. But thank you for putting a color on it. I wonder if this girl has any friends. Normally they don't. Like EJ, I know he don't have no friends. EJ, I can tell you right now, if he has at least one friend, I would be shocked. Thank you so much, Mel C. Why don't we, let's see if we can get these 54 likes. Thank y'all so much. Let's see if we can get these 54 likes and we get to 200. Let me see if I can do that really quickly. Thank you so much. Can we get to 54 likes? We're 100 and, 154 likes. I mean, we need 54 likes. See if we can do 200 likes. If that's possible, I would really, really, really be happy if that's possible. I asked y'all, was I talking right? Am I talking right? Is there a point in these scenarios where people, grown folks, have the ability to make a conscious decision that I don't want to move forward in this? A lot of times they don't have that wherewithal because something is being met. A need is being met. I said, talk back to me. Okay. Thank you so much, Yoli. Thank y'all so much. Okay. In one video, Walker said too much positive attention. Sister Walker said too much positive attention is given to men when they have affairs, and that women end up taking the blame. And that is true in many instances. It's not to exploit anybody, she said, of leveling the allegations against Ellis, but at the same time, did they exploit me? Did they think about my family? I don't think so. Why is it always about the man and his family and what he's risking? Didn't he risk when he decided to do what he did? Ma'am, if you're just finding out about patriarchy, we need to do a whole course with you. If you're just finding out that the Black church and the church in general is steeped in patriarchy, then baby, listen, I may have to do a private session with you. Was that an epiphany, or was that just a declaration, a statement? Because honey, I know you can't be just not finding that out. All right. Walker says she made a mistake and regrets what she did. Okay, well, at least you're contrite. We don't know how, you know. Okay. Some girls at a young age have the common sense. Some girls don't, she said in the video. They have to learn. Some of them never learn. Some women will always compromise themselves for a couple of dollars. Okay, now we're talking. For a couple of dollars. That's what I just said, ma'am. It's either financial, sexual, or there's some type of status that goes along with it. You're being able to say, I know what his meat look like. I know what it feels like inside of me. That's status. Cash apps, Venmo, Zelle, trips to Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Yves Saint Laurent, Fendi, you know. The fact remains that I grew, I learned, and I'm not making some excuses for it, but I'm telling my story. Ma'am, the first part was complete and utter rubbish. Yeah, you did not grow. You did not learn. And you are making some excuses. And you are telling your story, but your story needs to be told in a certain way. And as a man, I'm not trying to tell you, because I just spoke about patriarchy. I'm not trying to tell you and dictate to you how you must tell your story. I'm not trying to do that. But I can tell you this. My mother used to say there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. That ain't got nothing to do with patriarchy. That's just common sense and mother wit. There's a right and a wrong way to do anything. And that ain't patriarchy or none of that, or matriarchy. In a statement, Ellis asked for privacy. Hold on now, Bishop. Wait a minute, Bishop. Okay, now listen, I was with you so far. Now, y'all be asking for privacy. We can't do privacy now, Bishop, now, okay? Once the lady goes public, it's public. Now, we can respect your family and your kids and stuff, but Bishop, we can't do no privacy, unfortunately, okay? All right. In a statement, Ellis asked for privacy. I asked for continued prayers for myself, my family, as well as this individual and her family. Oh, that's nice. He wrote, my deepest hope is that all parties involved can find peace and healing. Oh, yeah, that's good, for real. This isn't the first time Ellis has drawn controversy. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. In 2018, he apologized after images showed him touching pop star Ariana Grande on stage at Aretha Franklin's funeral. In Detroit, his hand pressed it against her chest as he greeted her. Ellis said it was not intentional. Like, I remember that, y'all, because y'all know Aretha is my number one girl. And I remember that, and there was a lot going on that day, y'all. I'm going to leave it at that. It was. It would never be my intention to touch any woman's breast. I don't know. I guess I put my arm around her. Ellis said at the time, maybe I crossed the border. Maybe I was too friendly or familiar, but again, I apologize. He also faced criticism for joking that Grande's name sounded like Taco Bell menu item. I personally and sincerely apologize to Ariana and to her fans and to the whole Hispanic community, Ellis said. Well, y'all, Ariana is Italian American. Okay. Taco Bell is a Mexican. All right. Anyways. Yeah, she's Italian American, but Taco Bell, yeah. All right. Now that Grande lady knew better too. What you mean by that? Chef Donna, she knew better. What you mean she knew better? Ellis is one of Detroit's most high-profile pastors and previously served as presiding bishop of the Pentecostal Assembly of the World, which oversees dozens of churches. He's appeared frequently on national religious broadcasts and is a fixture on civic and non-profit boards across the city. He and his wife, Cassette Ellis, also drew attention in 2020 when the Detroit Free Press profiled their Bloomfield Hills mansion, an 11,000 square foot estate valued at nearly $3 million. Despite the bishop's wide influence and public persona, Walker said her story is a reminder that spiritual leaders should be held accountable. They should. I moved to a city with no friends or family, she said. It was my Abraham experience. Ma'am. Oh, yeah, that was, I did not understand that. Nobody told her Baby, you going to a black church. This is not the club. Mm-hmm. Yeah, her dress was, and it's not, because I want to be clear. We're not talking about her dress as opposed to, in reference to him touching her, right? So I want nobody to take that wrong. I'm talking about her dress as a funeral attire, okay? So we don't want no one to take it away because people listen too hard. We don't want people to think we're saying based on what she was wearing, it was an invitation for Bishop to, fill her up or allegedly fill her up. We're not saying that. I know I'm speaking about her attire at a funeral. That's what I'm speaking about. Okay. So she moved to the city. She said, it was my Abraham experience. All I had was me and my 6-year-old son. Okay. And that's the end of the okay. Whew. These people are so draining. How many people in the chat? How many Tie Squad members in the chat? By putting either an orange or a red heart in the chat. You can put orange or red only. Orange or red only. How many people are exhausted at these people? The kickball lady, J-Rock, all of these people. Only if you're exhausted, like physically drained from these people. You need to put an orange or a red heart in the chat, only if that's the case. If these people have just wore your nerves completely thin. We just can't have no kind of fun. We had such a good time last night with Monday Night Top 5. You just can't have no damn, it's just always some whack job or some bitter, angry person, male and female, gay and straight. Whew, I'm not doing no other shows, y'all. I'm done. I ain't doing no more shows. I'm doing, I was going to do a Patreon preview, but I'm fit to watch me some good TV, enjoy this good Georgia power-induced air conditioning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. I remember. Yeah. Ariana looks so uncomfortable. I remember. Can't have nothing. Yeah. Abraham didn't experience all of this. Like, no. They just be quoting, what's her name? Gigi running there talking about she's Ruth. Is it Ruth or Esther? I think she said she Esther. Well, who is the kickball lady? Mary Magdalene? Who is EJ? Apostle Paul? I tell y'all one thing, and I'm gonna kind of bring this around to the pastors and to the bishops, because I don't want to leave here and it seems like we just piling up on this woman and we just wearing her out. I don't want to leave here with nobody thinking that. Okay, so let me bring it home to the pastors and to the bishops, so we can balance this out. What does the likes look like? What does the likes look like, sis? Bill C. She said she Esther. Okay. To these pastors, a lot of times your wife is not supplying your needs sexually. And sometimes you've never cleaned up the energy of your past before you got into ministry. Because a lot of y'all, not speaking about Bishop Ellis, but a lot of y'all, let's be honest, a lot of y'all are former pimps and hustlers. Y'all tell y'all testimony in church all the time. Yeah, a lot of y'all are former drug dealers and pimps and hustlers. A lot of y'all didn't get delivered. You did you transferred into ministry. You don't have to like me, but the truth is the truth. A lot of y'all are former drug dealers, and again, we're not speaking about Bishop Ellis. A lot of y'all are former drug dealers, pimps, hustlers. You come out of prison like Bishop Whitehead, and you start in these churches. You don't have to like me. I don't give a damn. I'm independent. I don't have no corporate sponsors over me. And what you damn do is you get up in that damn pulpit and you get drunk with that damn power. You get drunk with power. And then, you know what I'm saying? People are feeding and stroking your ego. And then the money comes. You get married, you got your first lady. Everything is going good. You got a big house out there in Sugar Hills, you know, overlooking the lake. But after a while, you know, that scratch from that previous life starts creeping back up in your life. That scratch starts scratching. And then the next thing you know, you're out here at the damn Four Seasons, or in some cases, the Ramada, you know what I'm saying? Knocking headboards at 4 o'clock in the morning. And yes, young, naive, underage women, and let's say it like this, women that are not mature, because underage implies another connotation. Women that are not mature, women that are not seasoned, naive women are very ripe and fertile for that type of manipulation and propaganda. Because a lot of times it is propaganda they be spewing to these women. It's all right, Miss V. I don't know why they wait years to try to come out. It was a business transaction and she got what she wanted, moved on. Ain't nothing new about how some of these people live in the pulpit. The conversation, we have to be mindful, we have to be careful. Okay, so because that right there is almost in the vein of the WJ99 lady the other night. Okay, you right there on the edge, KT, but you didn't cross that line. But you right there at the edge. Okay, all right. We got to be very, very careful. We got to be very, very careful with respectability politics of a spiritual nature, because we understand the regular connotation for respectability politics. We got to be very careful because there's a lot of bullet points up under that respectability politics when it comes to this kind of thing, y'all. There's a lot of little asterisks underneath that, right? Just be careful that we don't really go too deep like the WJ99, you know, because I remember back in the early 2000s, there was this whole movement, just pull your pants up if you wasn't over there, you know. Well, what was you doing in there? You know, we got to be careful. And what happens in this house stays in this house. You start getting like that in the church now, you know. Well, you know, what's the point? Leave it alone. Let God handle it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Just the Lord will fix him. The Lord. Well, wait a minute. Now, listen. Hold up. Wait. Let's stop this thing. Now, sometimes I want to be clear here. The official Tyesse Report. We're very, very clear. Sometimes exposure is needed. Now we got children, we got a whole damn cult going on here. Sometimes exposure is needed. Hey, brother. Hey, Larry. We gotta be clear about this thing now. Here, wait a minute. Now, hold up. We don't want to get too far out on the shore. Let's bring it in a little bit. Sometimes exposure is necessary. Okay? Listen. We have the extreme. Jim Jones, Nature Boy, the man over there up here in Atlanta. So we have some extremes here. Sometimes we gotta, you know, expose some things. Sometimes we have to expose some things. But what we got going on now, y'all, is spiritualizing revenge. And most of us see this thing for what it is. If you don't see it, then you probably operate out of that same spirit. I said that about Kim Burrell, and I will not take it back. If you don't have a problem with Kim Burrell, it's because you operate out of that same spirit. or you're very comfortable with it at minimum. I'll tell Kim Burrell that to her face. Right now, she walked in here, Kimberly. If you don't see that thing in her for what it is, if you don't see that thing in Kim Burrell, you probably operate out of the same spirit. Whew. Now, Bishop Ellis is probably going to sue this woman. He's going to explore his legal options. Is it worth it? Because nobody got time to be wasting money on these people, and you're not going to get nothing. Yes, you can make an example out of them, but you wasted all this money for what? But sometimes it's worth it to clear your name. Sometimes it's worth it just to clear your name. I'm just saying, y'all. I hope I am. I hope I am, KT. So I just want people to know that sometimes there is, not sometimes, there's going to always be a space for exposure. But we must be clear. When we see stuff and it looks and feels greasy, it probably is. Hey, Tiffany Williams, you're never late at the official Tyesse Report. Let me see if I can find the video Larry did on exposure so I can give y'all a link to it at the end of this broadcast. You know, it was called Exposure. That video gives you a lot of great insight. You know, y'all, I don't know. Pluto has been really Plutoing here. Thank you, Crystal Marshall, for $8.88. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, see, Larry. Let me go here and find this video about exposure. I hope I am, Chris. I hope I am. That's my goal. Listen, I ain't perfect. I've seen the lightning flash. Yeah, sis. I've seen the thunder roll. But I'm trying my best to be that's what it was. It's called The Rules of Exposure. Let me give y'all I want y'all to see this video. The video is called The Rules of Exposure. Okay. All right. Everybody tipping on the back seat. No, come up to the front. Come up to the front. I knew it was kind of early when I came on, but only thing I have tonight is Patreon. So make sure y'all subscribe. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more tonight in Patreon, but I think I've said everything I need to say. Make sure y'all come over tonight for Uncut Tuesdays live and Patreon. $5 a month or $48. You can get a whole year for $48. You can't beat that with an egg beater, huh? Okay. You save $12 if you get the year. Okay. You can also sign up with PayPal. A lot of people don't want to use their credit cards. I get it. So you can sign up through PayPal. It's so much more easier and convenient. If you sign up for the year, you don't have to worry about every month paying. You're like, I'm done, one and done. So yeah, whatever you choose to do, whether you want to try it out for a month or you want to just knock it out for a whole year. Okay. We also have the season finale this Saturday of Behind the Groove. We're done with our Behind the Groove series. And then next Saturday after that, August 2nd, we'll be starting a whole new season of Scandal. And I can't wait for that. In August, we're going to be doing Scandal, a new season. And in September, we'll be doing a new season of Revisited. Okay? It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while. Okay. Uncut Tuesdays tonight. Yeah. If my day wasn't busy here at work, I would come on and give context to my comment. Never dealt with Pat. I know I understood what you were saying, KT. I get what you were saying. But see, this is what I'm saying. I understood exactly what you were saying, but I said it's kind of, remember WJ99 came on and she was talking about, she was saying, you know, basically, let me see how she framed this. Why does it matter? Basically, it's almost along the lines of just leave it alone. Don't talk about it. We cannot close our, we cannot go back to the days of old. You know, we won't be able to go back because it's the internet age. But we cannot go back to the days of the 80s and the 70s where everybody talked about it in the church. You whispered it to each other. You whispered it to each other, but nobody did anything about it. We cannot go back to that. We just cannot. Unfortunately, those days are gone. We cannot go back to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I understood what you were saying, but, you know, a lot of times, you know, even with Me Too and Time's Up, there was a lot of people saying, well, that happened to you 40 years ago. Okay. That does not mean that if it happened 40 years ago, then you should just not seek justice or move on with your life. Just move on, get over it. Huh? So we have to, there's a lot of nuances and a lot of things that we have to kind of work through. Yeah, what happens in this church, let's keep it in-house. Don't really talk about it. Leave it alone. You know, don't worry about it. What's it to y'all? You know? Listen, look at Matthew Stevenson, right? Matthew Stevenson had this zenith. He shot off like a cannon. Now, I've told y'all all of those boutique churches like 2819 and why a lot of times when they that blueprint, it takes off and then it crashes. And if it don't do a full crash, it at least runs into a wall. How many people know what I'm talking about? Them boutique churches where the pastors wear blue jeans and kids. And if he's kind of like flashy, he may wear some casual, you know, upgraded clothes. Okay. Those type of ministries usually run into a brick wall because they gain popularity. They haven't been through anything. You know, ministries that have been on a continuum, they have been tried in the fire. They have ups and they had downs. These ministries just take off, and they don't have a time to build the structure. They don't have time to build the infrastructure to survive and know how to handle some of this stuff. Okay, they gain big numbers really fast, but when crisis happens, child, is like, what do we do? Okay, I'm just saying. I hope y'all understand what I'm talking about here. So I referenced Matthew Stevenson because you saw all of those people resign. You saw all of those people. I counted 12 resignations. I may be over, I may even be under, but I counted about 11 or 12 resignations from ANWA. And possibly because of confidentiality, NDA, or whatever. Or maybe even just spiritual protocol or respect. We really did not get an answer as to what really was the problem. Okay? We really didn't get an answer as to what was the problem and why these people were resigning. They all use a very similar template. No shade meant, but it was a template. My assignment is complete. I'm moving on, or, you know, we thank Dr. Stevenson for, you know, everything, but it's time for us to get up out of here. But why? And why all of y'all together? Why everybody? Why are y'all all leaving right behind each other? Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm going to make me a sandwich and watch The View. But let me tell y'all something. Secrets kill. You can take it or leave it. Secrets kill. I firmly believe, this is not a word curse because I don't operate like that. I firmly believe, I'm not speaking over this man's ministry, but 2819, he's headed for a brick wall. He's on a cataclysmic speed train, bullet train, no violence intended, for a brick wall. That man over there at 2819 church. I'm just telling y'all what I see and what I feel. I'm saying all of that to tell y'all we got to get away from we got to get away from not letting things be clearly articulated when it comes to matters of clarification and the like. We got to be clear on that. What's going on back here? What's going on in the back? So when Bishop Ellis asked for privacy, Bishop Ellis, honey, the privacy thing, that is not possible. The Detroit Metro, I just read Detroit Metro Times, whatever it's called. They got a whole, they got a timeline. And it's been 24 hours, Bishop. The privacy, there's no such thing as privacy no more in this new media landscape. You got YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I call them the big three. Yeah, the days of privacy, honey. Oh, no. I remember they used to always put that at the end of PR statements. Please respect our privacy at this time. That was back in the 80s and 90s. Child privacy, what's that? Privacy? That's like a foreign word now, y'all, you know? All right. I think my work here is complete, y'all. I gave y'all the update. Bishop Ellis has reached out to his church, his ministry. He's getting ahead of this. I commend him for, he did not wait around for this thing to turn into a Greenleaf episode. Got to commend him on that. He got ahead of this. That's what I was trying to explain to Bishop Matthews. But he went around telling other bloggers everything that we heard was false. It's okay. It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Allegedly telling other bloggers that everything we heard was false. Allegedly. But we will see. We will see how this plays out. And of course, if there's any litigation, that'll be announced and we will, cover it. I just feel like let me say this. I want to say this to you guys. I have a problem personally. I want this to be known and a digital record of it. I have a problem with if you have had any type of inappropriate relationship with a woman, okay, and there are ways to go about this without necessarily doing more harm. You know what I mean? See if we can work this out. See if we can work this out a little bit. I don't know how it can be worked out, but on the flip side of that, a lot of these people need to go somewhere and sit down somewhere. Go somewhere, heal, and sit your ass down somewhere. If you see a video and a man or a woman that you had a relationship with is happy, and you feel like they're living a double life because they've been a freak with you, go talk to somebody about it. Get it off of you. Go to therapy. Okay, let me walk you through this. You're watching TV and you see your favorite pastor, that back in the day, y'all was trucking. Okay, you see him on TV. You're looking at him. And they giving him the Man of the Year award, and his wife and kids are standing next to him. Now you done got triggered. What do I do, Tyesse? Go sit your ass down somewhere. Go sit your ass down somewhere. If you need to tell your story, there's a way to do it without getting yourself in a whole legal nightmare. You want to tell your story, there's ways to do it. Okay? Ask around, get some counsel on how to tell your story the legal way, the right way. Because let me say this, because this is what we're dealing with TD Jakes and Dwayne Youngblood, right? You have the right to tell your story about your experience. Now, if your damn story is a lie, that's a whole nother damn ball game. But you have the right to tell your story about your experience. Okay? And that's why anti-slap laws, when properly applied, help people speak truth to power when it comes to people that are financially bigger than them. You're able to stop that person from silencing you. But it goes on a state-by-state basis, how it's applied, how it's recognized. Every state is different with anti-slap. But you have a right. I don't give a damn if it's the biggest corporation in the world. If they did you wrong, if they mistreated you, if something happened, you should not be scared because you don't have the wherewithal that they have. You should be able to tell your story. But there's a right and a wrong way to do everything, y'all. That's what Mother used to always say. Okay? Again, I want to make it very, very even. Pastors, all pastors, make sure, honey, you done got yourself cleaned up and delivered fully before you hop up in these pulpits. Make sure your charge, yeah, you got a charge to keep. Yeah, make sure that charge is right. Or you get up here and start leading people, because it's going to always be beautiful women, young women, single women, may have a small child. Just make sure your life is all right. A lot of y'all come straight out the club and get up in these pulpits, and straight out of prison, and now you're a damn minister. Not in relation to Bishop Ellis. I'm speaking in general. Okay? All right. My work here is complete. I've done about an hour and 19 minutes. I'm not coming back on no more, y'all, until Patreon. Okay, tonight at let's shoot for 8:30. I like 8:30. I love that hour. 8:30. Let's shoot for 8:30. Okay. All right. I'm not coming back no more unless there's some big breaking news. Okay, everybody. Be sure to support us financially today. Today's one of those days where we may not reach $100 because I don't have any more shows. So make sure you help us reach $100 today. I don't really ask for anything in Patreon. So help us reach our $100 goal today, because this is the only show that we're going to get, right? Okay. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we need 70. I'm sorry, how much do we need? How much do we need today? Let me let our partners know. Let me let our partners know how much we need. Okay, we need $73. Okay, so help us reach that goal today at some point. We need $73 today to close our goal out for today. Amen? We know it's possible. We know it's possible. There are ways to give. Right there on your screen, there are more ways to give at the bottom of your screen. $73 is what we need. Somebody can close that out. One person can. Okay? One person can do it. Okay. If you're going to be wrong, be right about being wrong. Okay, Lisa. All right. When I was involved with a pastor, I told one other older lady in confidentiality, I did not expose anything or anyone because I'd be exposing myself. I just exited the church and went on. And you can do that. That is an option, Tiffany. Some people choose to, let me bring this down so I can preach this last piece of this sermon. Because I can guarantee you this. If anybody, pastor, bishop, pope, if anybody is out here purposely manipulating and hurting God's people, oh, they're going to have a reckoning. I promise you, that day is coming. So oftentimes, Tiffany, the best approach is to tell God, repent, get everything cleaned up on your end, and allow God to process and do this thing the way he's going to do it. There are instances, I'm going to keep saying it, where you have to sound the alarm. If something's going on up in there, people are being abused, people are being hurt. There's SARAPE. We got children. Oh no, we don't say let God handle it. You have to really, really sound the alarm. Okay, we want to be clear because some people get stuff confused. Well, you know, I saw some kids in the back, but you know, I didn't want to get involved. I just left it. No, we don't. No, we don't do that now. No. All right. Well, so oftentimes the best thing for you to do is to go work on yourself, get everything cleaned up on your end. That's how you go out and you're available to help other women or other men. But you did the work on your side. And now I can go out here and help other men and women not make these same mistakes. And I don't have to do a TikTok video to roll it out. I can start a ministry and say, listen, y'all, at one point in my life, my spiritual journey, I was dealing with a married man. I was being spiritually manipulated. And I want to help you. The warning signs, what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Wow, Mona Davis. Mona Davis sent a whole $100. Mona Davis sent the whole $100. Thank you so much. Okay, we're covered for the whole Tuesday now. Thank you so much. Hold on one second. Hold on, this is my brother. Let me see what's going on. Hold on, y'all. Everybody remain seated. People getting up out of here because that's why it's the best to stick around. That's why it's best to stick around. Okay, hold on one second. Is she live?
Yes, I knew he was married. Can you post a story time? I tried to do my best. Yeah, he was. No, he didn't cut me off.
Is she live?
Yes, I knew he was.
Wait a minute, hold on one second. Y'all, let me see what's going on. This is the woman. She ain't with nowhere.
I think I should. I'm scared to be fair. I'll be careful. You must know them church people don't. You know, church people are some of them. Yeah.
Oh my God, lady. You know what? I cannot, ma'am.
Battery 10%.
Oh, she just don't get it. She don't care. She's a little touch. She's a little special. Hold on one second, y'all. We still in service.
Mobile device not found. Ready to connect. Connected to John's S2 free.
Oh, we're about to lose this battery. Okay, hold on.
Yes, I knew he was married. Can you post a story time? I try to do my best. I think I should. I'm scared to be fair. Child, I'll be careful. You must know them church people don't understand. You know, church people are some of the most religious, despicable people you can find. I'm more about kingdom people. I'm into building the kingdom, and so that's part of why I'm on here. Hopefully there's gonna be some women that we can pray. I can go live and do prayer time. God has made me an intercessor. I'm an alcohol intercessor now. Yeah, if you love him, why are you out in the relationship? Well, it's not really about out of the relationship. Though, who print bank statements? What you mean, girl? It's 2004. They would send them to your house. You can still get a bank statement if you want one. You do know that, right? Yeah, it's just I finally got the courage to talk about it. Like, it's not like I'm to blame. It do take two to tango, but at the end of the day, he's to blame for his own decisions, and I have to blame for my own decisions. So that's the reason why I can only be responsible for me. This is the wife. No, I don't know. Maybe she does, maybe she don't. Yes, I knew he was married. Yes, I knew he was married. Yes. Just like Bathsheba knew David was married. Read your Bible. Ain't nothing what I'm talking about new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. This has happened before. I thought it was cute. I didn't think it was cute. I was happy though at the time until God delivered me out of it. No, I didn't think he would leave his wife. Not necessarily. Not justifying with the old statement. When did it end? It started to die down like around 2000, right around the Ariana Grande case thing is right around that time when that happened. Why supposed you effed up? Can you tell the story? Make statements for 05. Can you do a series? Sure. 20 years ago, I kept the bank statements. I got a lot of stuff. Yeah. I got my kids' old drawings from the 3rd grade. I got my son. My son is grown and I have his kindergarten pictures. So yeah, I keep stuff. I need to probably work on that, but yeah, I do. You want him to leave his life, now you mad. No, that's not true. What happened, beloved? What you want to know, Snazzy? Y'all have children together? No children together. No children together. How did it end? God ended it. God ended it. I'm not bitter at all. Let me see what this life say. So bring this up now. You wanted people to reaction to what? It's my testimony. God did a work. Have you received deliverance from? Have you ever been pregnant by him? No. Have you received deliverance from a spirit of Jezebel? Yes, I've been delivered. Lying about what? How long did it last? Off and on for 20 years. Story time in 50 parts. Hurry up. I don't know if I can do that. You was a God of Christian, so narcissistic. Yeah, people, yeah, back then he was.
All right, ma'am, go, baby, go get some help fast. Ma'am, please go get help. This ain't it. You laughing, you think it's funny, you answering questions like you at a TED talk. Man, this is somebody's life and ministry you're dealing with here. You know, yeah. What is wrong with these people? This shit is batshit crazy. She laughing, sitting in the car like, yeah, girl. No, that ain't what I wanted. Off and on 20 years, yeah. I swear, if I didn't know this was real life, y'all, life right now feels like a bad Twilight Zone episode. Crystal, I happen to agree, sis. I happen to agree. I mean, we haven't really did a lot of work around mental health. And then the ministers that are out here, you know, tipping and dipping, they are dealing this. The ministers that are tipping and dipping, Crystal, are tipping and dipping with people that are wounded, got trauma, and or mental health issues. They never, I don't know, it's like a portal that sucks that energy into wounded people. I spoke about people that are easily manipulated, but it's like y'all keep choosing people with mental health issues or unresolved trauma at best. Girl, when you get that knock at that door and that manila envelope, all them people in that TikTok live is going to be gone. You get that knock at that door, you've been served, you'll understand it better. I'm done. Detroit Metro News, y'all said that woman had took down all them videos are still up. I don't know where y'all got that tea from. I don't know where y'all got that tea from, because that tea is inaccurate. I'm going to make me a Willie Coochie, Georgia sausage sandwich and watch The View and start producing my damn Patreon, because I can't do this every day. I refuse. I'm not going to do this every damn day. Somebody inboxed me, said she stopped when he stopped them coins. Wait. Somebody just inboxed me. She stopped when he stopped them coins. And that's what a lot of them don't understand. A lot of these ministers, they do get, bored. They do get bored, and then they want a new piece. I hate to say it like that, y'all. It sounds so transactional. So, Stewart Avenue, but they want to get them a new little piece. When she get that envelope, she would not be like, oh no, she won't. I promise you. Hey, Brother Dev. Yeah, what's all this sniggling and giggling, man? What's so funny? Have you thought about this man's wife, his children? Hold on. Have you thought about any of that lady? Now look at the Todd Hall lady, y'all. Look at her. They arrested her. She went to jail. A blogger that suffers from his own mental health covered her story. Batshit crazy blogger himself sits up, puts on wigs and shit, combing the wigs live. He set up and did a video. Todd Hall could have really sued the shit out of him, but he would have to get behind another bishop. But they say that lady, the Todd Hall lady that say Todd Hall is her husband, they say she done turned on the Crown guy. I said, I'm done. She around there telling the Crown guy, help me get to my husband, Todd Hall. And they was just trying to bail her out of jail. He need to call his lawyer now and get a cease and desist. Yeah. That's what he need to do. Yeah, the Detroit streets are on fire. Now, this is what I do know, Brother Dev, and everybody watching. This is what I do know. Okay. Now, unless this goes a rare way, some of these stories now they have multiple legs. If they don't happen, it's a one hitter and quitter. Now this may be a rare instance, y'all, but it's always something else that peeks out of of these stories. Another little piece come up, and I try to leave it alone, try to end it right here. And by this time tomorrow, oh my God, I gotta come back live again. Have you seen him over there with that wig? He be combing the wig and brushing the wig. I didn't know it while I was over there, but that boy is really not well. He's not. Just if you watch him, he is not well. I'm telling you. I hate to say it, but yeah, he's not well. They all work with outlines. Who all work with outlines? Y'all gonna make me a sausage sandwich with a little piece of sharp cheddar on it, some light olive oil mayo, and I want the grease to saturate the bread. Nappy Coochie, Mississippi style. Yeah, that's what I want. And I may make a hash brown on the side, for some protein. Tyesse, like you say, there's something in the middle. There's always something in the middle. Let me tell y'all something. Bishop Ellis now has went on record admitting to an affair with this woman 15 years ago. So we don't have to do no more speculation. We can go with the fact that yes, Bishop Ellis said, yes, I had an affair. I talked with my bishop. I talked to everybody, and we got to clear it up. He's still with his wife, so his wife understood. Sometimes there are hiccups, y'all, in marriages. We've seen it on a lot of Tyler Perry movies. Sometimes there's a hiccup, right? Okay. His wife understood, and she stayed. But can I be honest with y'all? These women are not leaving these lifestyles. I'm sorry. Not that they help build. No, ain't nobody can leave all that money behind. They're telling me that the whatchamacallits are together now. What's that woman? They were trying to figure out what was going on with her. She had a knot on her head. The Hilliards, they say the Hilliards are back together. I know y'all lying. I cannot. You're definitely going to have to come back and discuss a part two of this story. Well, I thought like, okay, so Bishop Ellis said that he's going to talk to his attorney. Okay, and then maybe he'll see what's going on. But I'm telling y'all, I know my spirit is telling me, baby, this is fit to be something. Okay. Now, wait a minute. I just thought about something. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Scratch that, Tyesse. I was just thinking about something. She said she already had a child when she met the man. Okay. Because you know where my head get to going, we grew up in the Tyler Perry universe. Like, wait a minute. Oh, she already had the child, her little son, when she got over there. She said she moved to Detroit with her 6-year-old son. Oh, okay. Oh, because child, listen. Wayne County would really be on fire with that scenario. It's about to be a shit show. Oh, that's what it's going to be, CC Burnett? I don't know. Detroit has a legendary history. Detroit has a legendary history of containing all of their mess. I don't know. It's one of them cities that they contain it. I call it the C.L. Franklin blueprint. They know how to contain that thing and keep it. I think it only rivals with New York, the New York area, New York Metro. They can keep some stuff in the house, can't they? That's why when I saw this case, y'all, I was like, Detroit. As Larry says, you have to keep your hoes happy. Detroit normally keeps its hoes happy. Detroit normally keeps its hoes happy. Nah. And no, I'm not attributing the word hoe to the current woman that we're talking about. I don't want y'all to. Are you calling that lady? I don't know that lady. No, I'm not calling her no hoe. I was just speaking in general. Detroit normally keeps its hoes happy. That was a general statement. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to come up. Anybody got anything to add? The link is available for you. I was trying to get up out of here, but y'all, I don't know what the hell is going on around here. Okay. Somebody else just inboxed me. Them insurance sales got low, and she saw them TikTok series coins. And oh, wait a minute, because she sell insurance. She said over there in Detroit. They say them insurance sales got low. She saw them TikTok series coins and hit record. I cannot. I'm done. Baby mama said I'm going to be the Risa Tisa of Wayne County. Let me put the link in the chat. If anybody want to come up here and give it sound, let it bubble up. Y'all in these back channel emails and DMs are wearing me thin today. I cannot. Detroit. We need to change this picture because, honey, this is more after dark activity. Yeah, let's use that picture because this ain't no daytime tea. Well, what is everybody at? What is everybody at? Do we have any statements from anybody? Is the next question. Here goes somebody. Who is this in the green room? Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Is, how are you?
Child, I just can't have a regular pop culture day. It's not gonna happen. We had a good show last night. That was a great show. I knew we were not going to be able to have a regular day today.
Well, of course not. That would be.
You break it up a little bit. Oh my God, I think she went on a tunnel or something. Oh my God, Sarah, break it up. Damn. Okay, she'll get her signal back. Let me bring her down until her signal come back. All right. Okay, there she go. Where'd she go? Okay, you broke up, Sarah.
I'm sorry. I turned my camera on because I don't know why my picture didn't come up. But I just wanted to say, number one, I don't know why these women now get revelations after they done outed these people and want to have ministries. Who you think will come to your ministry other than some other miserable, upset women, and y'all gonna be mad together? Number two, if I was getting checks, I wouldn't be saying nothing. I don't care what happened, because I'm gonna be banking the money. Number three, Sister Ellis knew that her man was cheating on her. Cause you can't lay in bed next to a man every night and live with him and not know something ain't right.
Yeah.
You can be in denial, but you know that your man is living foul. You know, I think that it's really selfish. All these people out here outing people, talking about God told them to do it. That's a lie. I don't believe that. I
No.
mean, the Bible does say confess your sins one to another, but he didn't say get on Facebook or Instagram to do it. That ain't what the Bible say.
I
So
did not.
I just think, I mean, you know, the embarrassment, the saints at the church, Sister Ellis, the kids. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what do you really want?
Mm-hmm.
What do you really, 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 really want? So it took God 15 years to give you a revelation that you did something that you shouldn't have did?
Yeah.
No, it's more to it. You really ain't, you gonna get an envelope, but ain't gonna be the one you want.
No, it's gonna be under that door or either handed to you. Mm-hmm.
So that's all I wanted to say. I think these ladies just need to, if you break up, it didn't work, you just broke up, it didn't work, and let it go. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to hurt each other, especially when families and stuff are involved. So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, love you, sis. Where you on your way to?
I'm on my lunch.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on my
Okay.
I'm
Bye.
on my way to get something to eat because I'm starving.
Me too. Love you.
So, love you. So I'll be on here while I'm working. So, but if you don't see me saying a lot, it's because I'm working.
Got you. Bye.
Bye. Love y'all.
Don't get in trouble. Okay, Crystal. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Ty. Hey, family. I'm worse than Sarah. I'm supposed to start a meeting in a few minutes, but we're going to have to be a few minutes late today. Thank
Crystal,
you.
what in the entire hell is going on with the atmosphere around exposure right now?
Well, it's the season for exposure, but just because it's a season for exposure doesn't mean that you're supposed to be the one doing the exposing.
Okay.
Baby girl, she's not wrong, but she's certainly not right.
Yeah.
And thank you for presenting all sides of this truth, because we do have to be careful to not vilify her and make him the victim, because at the end of the day, the person that was supposed to protect their marriage was him.
Yes.
It's never the woman's responsibility to protect your marriage. And you can't change the terms of the agreement either.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you were talking about, what needs to happen, I personally feel like people need to be, including preachers and pastors, if monogamy is not what you into, you need to be upfront and honest about that. Then go find you someone, go make sure it's a level playing field, like you were talking about earlier. Don't go get someone who is damaged and traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
Go find, because it was a sister in that congregation that could go toe to toe with him.
Yeah.
Mentally, sexually, emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
who would not be doing this right now. I wish that, these good brothers would go find those women. Leave these young girls who are either, underage in actual years or underage mentally, leave them alone.
Yeah.
And then just the last part of it is, she seems to be ready for battle now. So say la. What comes next is what comes next, because if you had half a brain, you would be contacting an attorney and figuring out how to walk some of this back.
Yeah.
And leave it alone. But you want to get on the, the Insta and the TikTok and keep talking.
Not deleting anything, not taking anything down, because at least they would see that you're trying to take stuff down and trying to, but I I think a lot of people nowadays, they feel like this is my story, and yeah, it is your story. But if elements of your story is defaming, or libel or slander, then there's a problem. So,
and what they miss is 95% of your story could be just your story. But that 5% is enough to have you with a judgment behind your name for the rest of your life.
Because I just felt like there was something about his name on her bank statements that sound very, very off to me. Like, I'm telling y'all, people do it all the time. And I don't know no pastor that's in a relationship with a woman that's going to okay or even put his name on an account. I'm sorry. That's just,
I ain't here to give him game either. But there's definitely some ways around that. Should they get, should they have to speak to it, in front of someone in a black robe? That's all I'll say. Back in that time, it was the Wild Wild West, and people were doing all kinds of things. That was during the time, if the bank was the bank, that was during the time of the housing crisis. And we all know all you needed was to write somebody in a bank, and you can get a whole bunch done. But I'm not here to give him nothing either. Hey, again, at the end of the day, this is ultimately his fault, because when you choose wrong, you choose long. So,
and what I'm learning, Crystal, and I know you got to go, but what I'm learning is that when it comes to this financial aspect of it, things change so much in finances, and rules change and regulations change. And we're talking about 20 years ago. Child, girl, ma'am, you got a lot of explaining to do.
I know people who theoretically, might have been getting all kinds of stuff, put on all kinds of stuff so they could get houses and land and property. Working in banks, working in, finance, mortgage, all kinds of things were happening in the early aughts. Now's the time for her to be quiet and be still while she still has a pot or a window. And she still has her insurance license. If she even, you know what I'm saying? If that is even true.
Yeah, because she said she's an insurance broker and whatnot. And so, baby, listen, there's so much that comes along when you get these civil judgments. And baby, listen, your life will be forever ruined when all you have to do is take it down, do a retraction, or do some type of clarification, or just tell the truth on a matter. It's very simple, but I guess people,
choose wrong, you choose long.
Baby, study long, study wrong. Thank you so much, sis. Always.
Love you much. Great job.
All right. The link is available, everybody, in the chat if you would like to come up and say anything concerning this matter. I don't know what else to add other than let's see what tomorrow brings. And then, the next day after that, because I don't know. But yeah, honey, banks 20 years ago, maybe they did allow, that man's name to get put on there without his permission. But somebody at that establishment or somebody gonna have to prove, even if that bank is non-existent, even if there was a merger or acquisition, it can still be proven whether or not he did that or not. Okay? Yeah, they always say make sure you deal with someone that has as much to lose as you do. That's what they say. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, and I know banks, and I know how banks, that's my wheelhouse. Banks, credit unions, I was don't tell too much, Tyesse. You better tell too much. When I was preparing to move to Atlanta, I closed out an account at a credit union. I'll say that. I closed out an account at a credit union. And because I was going to, consolidate and put the money in another account. You know what I'm saying? And that way I could just move to Atlanta and consolidate everything. And once I got here, I can then go see other options for banking, a Georgia-based bank or something of that nature, maybe even an online bank. So I went to the credit union to retrieve the money. And the woman told me, and I quote, "We don't have that kind of money on hand." She says, "We have to order that money." I'm sorry. I always thought that there was a lot of money in the back in the safe. But that's what she told me. She said they don't. I mean, maybe it's because it's a credit union. They don't have that kind of a lot of money on hand. Maybe if a bank may have a lot more money. But that woman told me, baby, we don't have that kind of money. You have to let us know, and then we can get that money ordered with a capital O, y'all. Did anybody else know that? I didn't know that. I thought you always had enough money over there. Okay. Enough of my LA to Atlanta woes. I thank y'all for coming by. I stayed a little longer than I wanted to, but it was good. Hold on. That woman told me that we got to order my money. Okay, who is this from? Oh my God, who is this from? This is from the Fire Squad. Who is? Oh, that's Brandon Porter from the Church of God in Christ. Okay. This is from Brandon Porter from the Church of God in Christ. Y'all, I cannot. Y'all, let me read this statement from Brandon Porter. Let me read this. I gotta go. I can't do. I can't live like this. This is too much. Brandon Porter says, I have to say this to our Kojic bishops out here. Now, please hear my heart before you judge me. Good morning, my brothers, and my heart is grieving about something that must be addressed by each of us. I know this church and our culture perhaps more than most, so I understand that constitutionally we have encouraged unfaithfulness in our pastors by telling them they can transfer from a jurisdiction once a year. Okay. Loyalty seems to be rare. However, my main concern is that it's not the pastors, but more so the bishops. We cannot stop people from wanting to transfer because they may want some real needs to do so. There may be some real needs to do so. One thing is for sure, the bishops have to have a kingdom code of ethics. When a person comes to me who has been active in our ARC, Kojic database system, to another jurisdiction, I will first, okay, y'all, listen, I see what's going on here. Okay, now let's remember Bishop Mason. Okay, well, let's, several jurisdictions have been formed out of our jurisdiction. Okay, this seems like a Tennessee issue they got going on. Splits don't have to be negative. Okay, all right. This seems like some type of gerrymandering, redistricting problem. Okay, Bishop Porter, we're going to call you in a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm not being dismissive of Bishop Porter, y'all. I just don't have time right now. They also held my check 14 days. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, KT. Bishop Porter, somebody from my office will call y'all for clarification. Okay, I gotta go, baby. I gotta make me something to eat. I gotta bring my blood sugar up. My blood sugar can drop. Okay. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning into this special coverage. We were able to give Bishop Ellis's statement concerning the young woman Melody Walker and what transpired in Detroit. According to Bishop Ellis, nearly 15 years ago, there was infidelities on his part. He did speak with his bishop. He clarified everything and got everything situated. But this woman, for whatever reason, I believe she may have been triggered by recent postings or recent events. For whatever the case, she decided to start a exposure of Bishop Ellis nearly 20 years later, right? This is 2025. And she had a bank statement from 2004, I believe. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. Let me give you a link to Larry Reed's video about exposure. This will be a great video to watch this afternoon, a companion piece to this show. Thank you, Ann Hicks. Remember, if you have not done so, to support the platform and to come by here tonight and Patreon for an all new episode of Uncut Tuesdays. You can support us right there. Okay, so let me go back over here and give y'all the link for that video. Great afternoon watch. It's called Exposure, the Rules of Exposure. Okay. If you enjoyed this show today, make sure you tell a friend, share, get in the know. I don't know, y'all. We may be back here soon. We may be back here again soon.
Share, get in the know.
As soon as I turn my bowl system down, we may be back here again with this matter. I hope we're done. I hope we're done, but I know better. He's losing churches to Dillard. Okay, that's all I need to know. Bishop Porter, you don't have to send me nothing, baby. I already got what I needed. Theo say he losing churches to what's his name? Linwood. Okay. Oh, Linwood. Okay. Dillard. Yeah, he losing churches to Dillard. All right, and then that means he's losing buckets. All right. Save the phone call, Bishop Porter. We got the clarification from Brother Theo. He's losing churches to Dillard. Enough said. I got what I needed. We need to follow up. We'll go from there. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Have a great day on purpose. Patreons, I will see you. That's what they say. I've heard that a lot, Romeo. Linwood Dillard got the oil. And sometimes, listen, if you ain't got it, honey, you just ain't got it. If it ain't there, it ain't there. Tabitha, are you still here? Tabitha, are you still here? Is Bishop Porter oily? He's got a little oil on him. Is avocado oil? Or is it what kind of oil? Western oil? Tabitha, is Porter oily? Yes or no? Now, once you tell us, we'll know what's going on. Because Tabitha was over there. Tabitha, is Bishop Porter oily or no? I am here. Okay. Wait a minute. I am here. No oil. Well, there it is. She's in Memphis. She's on the ground. That's money going out the door. And he's trying to sound the alarm before he gets to the point where he only have one, you know what I'm saying, church. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Love y'all. Cue the music. We started with R&B, so we'll end with gospel. Okay, so we started with R&B, so we'll end with gospel. I like it. Bring this down just a little bit. Okay, started with R&B, end with gospel. There we go.
Oh
Carol Lynn Webb, you sent $25 for Patreon membership. That's not how Patreon works. Carol Lynn Webb. Okay, you got to click the link in the chat, right? Follow the link, and then it'll show you how to join Patreon. Okay, yeah, Carol Lynn Webb sent $25 for Patreon membership. Okay, you got to hit the link in the chat. My mouse will put. You see the blue link? I am. That's what they say. That's what they say. Okay. Carol Lynn Webb, you sent $25 for Patreon membership. I need you to hit the link, sweetheart, in the chat. It's a blue link. Click that link. I am tall. That's what they say. I feel short, but they say I'm tall. Okay. Carol Lynn Webb, you here, sweetheart. I need you to understand. Because you're going to go to Patreon and you're not going to be able to get in Patreon. And you just send $25 on Cash App. That's not how it goes. Crystal Marshall used to handle our senior ministries. Okay, well, I'm 6 feet. I'm 6 feet. Just about. My doctor always say I'm 5'11", but I guess that's kind of tall. Yeah. All right. Do I have any moms in the chat? Can y'all please put the Patreon link in the chat? You know, can we get one of the moms in the chat? Okay, I'll do it myself. Hold on a second. I have to do it because I think all my moms are out at work. That's your husband's height. Okay, good. I'll do it myself, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to do it myself. I think all my moms are on lunch break. Okay, there's the link, Sister Webb. You see that link? You got to follow that link. Hit that link right there. Bees on Mars. There's people to put the link in the chat. All right. And then you can join us tonight for Patreon at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Okay. For Uncut Tuesdays. We bring all these stories raw, unfiltered, no fluff, no spinning. Just Tyesse, real raw. All right. All right. All right. So we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Bishop Ellis, I hope this works out for you, bro. I really do. You know, I don't really hear too much about you. I hope this all works out. You know, but of course I have to cover this if there's some more pieces to it. You know, I need to know how loose are we talking and how many loose wheels do we have? You know, but I'm gonna have to cover it if there's anything else that comes out. But hopefully this woman will go somewhere and sit her ass down somewhere before she wind up in financial ruin. Like that man down there in Florida that make them crowns. Now he's sitting up, don't know when somebody gonna come and tell him to get some boxes and get the hell about that house over there. You know, you don't know what can happen. All right. Co-exit, everybody. See you tonight. Love y'all. See you tonight. It's 2:16, so I can't do nothing else. I'm out of time today. Love y'all. Have a phenomenal day on purpose. I'll see you tonight, Patreons. Sister Webb, I hope you, Sister Webb, Carol Lynn Webb, I hope you saw them links. Because Cash App is not how you join Patreon, ma'am. It's not. We'll hold your $25 in escrow. We'll hold it in escrow and see how it goes. Okay? All right. Bye, y'all.